Welcome back. Last week we posted a video requesting you to challenge us with a problem that we should solve for you, and we got quite a number of challenges. And so today, this afternoon, we are going to one of our client sites. And what's the challenge? She has an electrical installation that's consuming too much power, and we are going to find out what has been eating the power. How are we going to do it? It's going to be very simple. We have our own power logger device that's able to log power every 5 seconds. We will plot that power against time and see exactly where the power is going, what device is consuming it, and how we can optimize that installation for optimal power.
Running that service.
Right. So now the device is ready to go, eh?
Now it is uploading. You're uploading the software.
Good. So the device is finally installed, network configuration done, and the device is now ready to send data to the cloud. As you can see, we can see some preliminary information. Yeah, so within no time we started recording and plotting the data, and we were able to see what was consuming and how much was being consumed, but we had no clue that there was a huge parasitic load, as you can see in the graphs. Yeah, so we installed the data logger, and the device started sending data every 5 seconds. As you can see, it's still active on site. Every 5 seconds we are getting data. Zooming in into the history of the data, we find that we installed on 10th, and viewing the data from 10th, we find that every so often we get that spike. So if we look closely, this spike happens at around 3:31 a.m. and ends up at around 6:30. Yeah, and starts again at around 5:31 all the way to 10 p.m. Is it 10 p.m.? No, 8 o'clock, 8:30. Yeah, so we discussed with the client, and they could not explain where this spike was coming from, and there was all this suspicion that there could be someone who has connected to the power in their house illegally, and all this kind of suspicion, because all the smaller devices that we looked at, if we look at the real-time data for the last one day, you find that the smaller devices have a very significant, not very significant, they have a very distinct signature in how they consume power. Like the fridges, you can see all these bumps. Yeah, all these bumps. It's a device coming on and off. So if it's a fridge, you know the difference will be a certain much. If it's the lights, you know that will be a consistent power that is of a certain amount. So you can see like this bump over here, it's quite a huge consumption. And so this alludes to a device that's quite significant, maybe a heater that is consuming power. So after some discussions, some deliberations, and better checking, we discovered that there was a solar water heater that is installed on site that works with either solar or electricity. So when the sun is okay, it's heating the water reaches the temperature, it does not use the electricity to heat that water. And at times when there is little sunshine, and the water has to be heated using electricity, we find that at specific hours, the heater comes on and heats the water for almost 4 hours. Like here we have from 6 p.m. till around actually this is 6 a.m., 6 a.m. to around 9. So these are 2 kilowatt load that's running for 3 hours almost every day. And looking at the other consumption, you see that this is quite a significant consumption, and this is definitely what has been leading to the excessive bill in the last 3 months, because the sun has not been out as much. We have been experiencing a lot of rainfall, and that's the reason why this is the case. And looking at this, I think there is a better solution on how to go around this problem by using maybe an instant hot water shower instead of having to heat a whole maybe like 30-40 liters of water. We could just heat the amount that's required for use in this installation. Yeah, so that will be the next step in this project, to see if we're able to bring the power bill down to a manageable value. So just to bring it into perspective, if we have a 2 kilowatt load running for 3 hours every day, that would be 6 kilowatt hours a day, and for a month that would be 180 units of power only for water heat. So looking at the bill they got, you see that they consumed the previous month a total of 402 kilowatt hours, and that means that the water heating consumed almost half of the amount they spent on energy for that month. So definitely that amount is quite high, and a solution is definitely needed. So in this scenario, we've been able to demonstrate the power of using connected devices, and our meter was connected to the internet. We were able to log data every 5 seconds, and that data was plotted and analyzed, and we were able to point out exactly where we had a parasitic load, and now it is much easier to manage that load because it is no. This could be a problem that's affecting very many households because of the adoption of the solar water heating, but we find that the electrical heating system associated with it is highly inefficient, and as such there is a need to check out if your system is of this kind, and of course we can provide you with a solution. Remember to comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss any of my videos. See you on the next one.